there, this is the story of Alice in Wonderland. Alice was sitting on a bench with her sister, and she was really rather bored. Suddenly, a white rabbit passed by, checking his watch and lamenting that he was going to be late. "I'm late! I'm late!" Alice followed the rabbit down the hole, where she found a bottle with a note saying, "Drink me." Curious, Alice drank the contents of the bottle, and she found herself getting smaller and smaller. She was shrinking. She could now fit through a very small door, and she crawled into the room that was behind. Behind the door, there was a lovely garden, and Alice decided that she would go for a walk. In the garden, she met a caterpillar who was sitting on a very large mushroom, smoking a water pipe. When Alice inhaled the smoke from the caterpillar, she began to see the world shifting in strange shapes and colours that she'd never seen before. Luckily, it didn't last for very long, and Alice was able to continue to follow the rabbit. She found herself at a tea party with a March Hare, a Mad Hatter, and the rabbit was there as well. They were fighting with time itself, and it was always 6 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock. Alice walked on further, and she met 3 gardeners who looked like playing cards. They were painting the roses red because they had accidentally planted white roses. The Queen of Hearts arrived in the garden with her guests and the white rabbit, and they decided to have a game of croquet. Hedgehogs for the balls, flamingos for the mallets, and soldiers for the hoops. They then went back to the castle, and they'd realised that someone had been there and stole the Queen's tarts. The Queen was very, very angry, and she thought that Alice had done it. At that point, Alice started growing again. She was getting bigger and bigger, and the Queen was absolutely sure that Alice was the culprit. All of the Queen's subjects also thought that Alice was guilty, and they wanted to throw her into prison. It was at that moment that Alice woke up on the bench next to her sister, and she realised that it had all been a dream. Hope you enjoyed the story. Thank you.